Hi, got a haircut today. Finally. Now it's kind of easier to look at and not that messy as well. Although it's not the best haircut I ever had because today I thought I was gonna get the haircut from the hairstylist that I wanna get my hair done with. Hair done with. I got my haircut with. But it turns out I knew there was a new girl working there based on their Facebook set, based on the hair studio's Facebook status. So I knew she was gonna work there, but I was kind of not too sure if I want to let her cut my hair. But anyway, when I walked in, I was kind of surprised that I guess I should be more clear about who I'm gonna let to cut my hair. But anyway, I guess why not? So I just let her cut my hair. She is kind of cute, and initially I was getting good energy. I was giving good energy as well. But and during our conversation, the topic hits that we really had something in common with was cooking. And at one point she said, "Oh, I wish I could try that." I wasn't sure if that was an invitation, but maybe my intuition told me it was. And I regretted not telling her the truth of how I feel. And today I realized that is such a key thing in seduction, telling girls how you truly feel about her. Because I was just watching Tony Solo's. If you don't know who he is, he works for the Natural Lifestyles, which is a great company, seduction company, probably one of the best. And that really also helped me a lot besides Tyler from RSD. So Tony was talking about how to compliment girls. Now, it's not what you think. You don't have to say something very outlandish compliment like, oh my god, blah blah blah. But if that's congruent to you, feel free to do it. So he was saying that a compliment that really makes girl hooked is the compliment that is truthful. And he uses the examples of each coach in the natural lifestyle, the style of each coach in the natural lifestyles. You see James, Marshall, and the travel bum, Andy, and Liam. They all seduce girls in different ways. If you look at Liam, he's kinda like very very feminine-ish, but it works. Whereas Andy, he just tells girls, "Oh my god, you're so pretty." And whereas James is like, "I just love the way you're put together. It's amazing." Or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But each one of them has a different way of seducing girls, a different style. And what makes it work, it's because it's truthful. And that's what I learned today. Even at the here, even when I was talking to the cute hair stylist. But anyway, I feel like in the end, I was just the chemistry was good, ish, not great, and I feel like if we had met at another place, like somewhere outside her workplace, then I would be more forward, because I remember at that time I was just a little skeptical that it's her workplace, and I really want to go back there to get another haircut by the other guy. So there's also another factor that I I was there was a fear of rejection mixed in my intent as well, which, as I talked about yesterday, it's icky-ish. So when I was paying for the haircut, I asked her. I lead the conversation to asking her out, like, "Oh, what are you up to this weekend?" And she said, "Not much, blah blah blah," because there's really not much to do in this town, to be honest. And I said, "Well, we could grab coffee if that's what you want, if you want to." And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." But I feel like in the end, she could feel the pressure of maybe she could feel the pressure of giving out her number. I think maybe that's what it was. Pressure of giving out her number at work. So even though she kind of says yes-ish, before that she told me to fill out a client form, which I didn't even know existed in that place, because I've been going to that place to get a haircut for the past 5 years, and they never asked me to fill out a client form, which asks you to fill out your number, your address, your email address, and all that. And I don't really understand why they need that. Maybe they do need to build a client base of some kind. But anyway, I have a gut feeling that she will text me tomorrow based on that. But I don't know. I might just be overthinking this shit. But yeah, that was my gut feeling. And after that, I there was a couple of interactions that I really pushed it to the social pressure. You know how I said that when there are people watching, I'm always a little bit. But today, I did. I did what I said yesterday. So I saw this girl, and there were a guy sitting around, and I don't know. I was fear of judgment from him, but then I pushed through it. I realized that when you look at the girl before you approach, you just kind of notice her, like her energy and her style, the way she's put together, and at that moment you really just know what to say. You really know how to compliment her, and when you're focusing on her, you really just kind of block out the rest of the world, and the rest of the world doesn't even bother you anymore. It's like creating your own little bubble. And I, looking back to all my six to all the girls I had great connections with, and also the ones I end up sleeping with, in the beginning it's always like we were in a small bubble, like there was no one else. It feels like there was no one else around us when we say hello. And I realized that's like a big thing. And I did a couple more approaches, clarity of intents, and compliments, and congruence. And thinking back to the mission on Hot Seat at Home, and one of them is persona fatigue. I realized that persona fatigue starts with your opening. If you're just going out there and tell the girl blah blah blah, yeah, I think you're cute, I have to come say hi, like, I saw you over here and thought you were really cute, I want to come say hi. Girls can tell that you're just saying it to get to sex. And I think that's what happened in the past 2 weeks. I was really using that as a crutch rather than coming from my deepest truth, the truth of how I feel about her. I kind of lost that. It's okay to tell a girl she's cute, but it has to be coming from your deepest truth. And of course, you could say what's cute about her. I mean, that would be more that would be a more truthful compliment than just saying she looks nice. So one of the interactions I did was I was being absolutely honest. I was focusing on the girl as I woke up, and I was being honest about what I like about her. It was a big long jacket. It was insanely long. It looks like a Sherlock Holmes kind of jacket. So that's kind of exactly what I said. So I said that, and it was a great interaction. And another thing I learned from Julian is from RSD Julian is to get rid of judgment about the girl, how hot they are. It doesn't matter. When you're judging how hot the girls are, it's reflecting back to you. It means they're judging, means unconsciously you think they're judging you by your looks as well. And that's not good. That's not a good reality to be in. And I realized that every time I come back to this town, small town, where there's not many cute girls, I realize I always kind of go back to the girls that I don't really find that attractive. I don't know why. It just seems like that I'm putting them on pedestals when I'm back in a small town. I think the reason may be that it's because, well, there are just not that many of them around. But I think on a deeper level, this may have to do with. This may just have to do with me, how I feel about those girls. I feel like I'm putting them on a pedestal, which I logically know don't really exist, because I've been with beautiful girls, but for some reason I can't make it work here. And why is that? And I think it's because I always fall back to my old pattern of thinking. Like, I'm not appreciating girls for who they are. I'm just using them as a way to, if I get her, I'll look good. It'll make me feel good. I'll be validated and all that. But in reality, I know that once I do get them, it's going to feel the same. Nothing is going to change. It's like it's like when you're young, you always want to buy that toy, but once you get that toy, it doesn't feel as good because now that you don't have a desire or something outside of you, it means that your life has no purpose anymore. I mean, that's the whole thing about desire. Desire will drive you. People think you need desire to motivate you, but in reality, when you're desiring something, it's a success barrier because you're scared that once you get it, you won't know what to do. I think that's my problem. Can't believe I just figured that out. That's why I do these vlogs. Because I think desire, once you get them, you don't know what to do. So in a way, you don't want the girl, because if you get the girl, you don't know what to do anymore. That feeling of desire, you can't live without that feeling of desire for that girl, or any particular girl, or your dream girl. So, and I can remember the last interaction of the day was outside the supermarket. It was kind of silly. Again, it was a social pressure thing. I saw this girl sitting on a bench just outside the supermarket and eating food. Like, she must be really hungry, because I saw her the moment she walked out. She started opening her package and started eating this chicken drumstick. I was like, shit, this girl is interesting. But then, as I was about to walk up to her, the social pressure started to dawn on me. And I wasn't focusing on all the things I was supposed to be doing. And also previously, I had a great interaction inside the supermarket. So I know that social pressure is full of shit, because I just did one inside the supermarket. But it comes and goes. So anyway, I just hesitated and waited for a good opportunity to stop her. And when I did stop her,